So here's where we need to deal with winter scale. That's where we need to go for something. I've forgotten. Reach the system mentioned in Emelina's message. That's Heinrich's quest. That's pretty far away. Dargonus should be here. Where we've got a couple of missions, but they're not showing up as quests. Same with Vibo 6, which is up here somewhere. Here, that we need to get to quickly. Supposedly. Or at least our presence is required. Let's go to Vibo 6, because I think it'll be quick. And then we'll make our way back down to Dargonus. And yes, we're going to be traveling past Dargonus on the way. And arguably, maybe I should just deal with that while we're there. I feel like that's going to take time. Okay, we just got a bunch of cargo. Sure. Lord Captain, reporting. Shortly before our departure from Footfall, a group of messengers in luxurious garbs delivered a strongbox and several chests bearing the insignia of House Orsilio to the ship. I suppose the use of gold-clad servants instead of servitors was an extravagant attempt by the navigators to draw the attention of the rogue trader. Considering the incident on the capital world, the enforcer officers checked the Navis Nobilite gift thrice. I am pleased to report that none of them threaten your Lady Cassia's or the crew's well-being. Having said that, a closer examination of the strongbox by the tech adepts revealed a data slate with a vid message addressed personally to you alongside some kind of encrypted data. We dare not touch them without your instructions. What vid message? Show me. Decode the encryption hidden in the data slate. A hidden encryption? This is suspicious. Get rid of it immediately. Let's start with decoding the encryption hidden in the data slate. Yes, Lord Captain. Vigis falls silent and the Vox transmission fills with scratching of cogita quills and a rustling of papers. The messenger servo skull has been sent to the Omnissiah's servant's compartment. Once the data has been decrypted, I will notify you immediately. What vid message? Show me. As you command, Lord Captain. Vigis issues several orders, and the vid screen of your personal cogitator springs to life, the machine innards rumbling unhappily. Rogue Trader. It's the Regent, who I think was positive towards Cassia. Yeah. A familiar piercing voice comes from the cogitator's Vox systems, and you see a bloated face with sagging skin and a gaping hole where the nose should be. We, Great Regent Aranto Orsilio, send greetings and hope this message finds you in good health. Why do you have a gaping hole where your nose should be? I don't recall that description. Orsilio will soon hold a grand council within the Palace of Atlas, the holy relic that connects all navigators to our house. This meeting will take place not in the physical world, but in the world of thoughts, dreams, and visions. It is the only way to avoid bloodshed and decide the fate of the sacred child at last. Thanks to the Atlas, we feel that the soul of the child is full of dismay, and yet the rogue trader's words bear a lot of weight with the child, so he may soothe its anxiety and lead the child down the right path, the path of accepting its duty before the house and ascending the Novator's throne. I hope you consider my offer, Ignatius von Valentius, for it is in your power to not only strengthen the bond between our dynasties, but multiply your riches at the same time. The gifts accompanying this message are but an insignificant part of the Great Regent's gratitude. May the God Emperor protect us all. The vid screen shuts down and the Voxmaster breaks the silence. I am told the message has been relayed to your cogitator, Lord Captain. I hope the data did not get corrupted during playback or delivery. This will be all for now. God Emperor protects, Lord Captain. Okay. Terrible things happen. The ship left the hostile material and returned to real space. Possibly we should talk to Cassia now. See what she has to say about that. Because they want her to take her place at the head of their house. Because right now, the regent is at the head. Is that going to have her have to leave her post on our ship? So I'm not cool with that. Or is it a thing where she's just taking the official position but still doing her duty here?
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
Well, it doesn't look like there's anything I'm supposed to say.
Company. Thank you for the conversation.
Yeah, and I have a message somewhere, maybe. No, so we still have just the same 3 companion quests. Abelard's, Adira, and Heinrich's. So whatever is going on with Cassia is not a quest yet. So presumably they will contact us later. So probably another trip or 2, then the message will finish being decrypted. I don't know. Lord Captain, an urgent report from the servants of the Omnissiah. They managed to locate a second message on the House Orsilio data slate, hidden in the shadow of the first one. As soon as it happened, the machine spirit rebelled and started devouring the decrypted data. The acolytes of the Cult Mechanicus are performing the rites to appease it and slow down the process of annihilation. What should we do? Okay. So a second message was hidden with the message of the Regent. But it is being destroyed. So we can display the message right away to get what little is left. We can just destroy the data slate. Or I'm no longer interested in the affairs of House Orsilio. Tell the tech priests not to waste their time. Display the message on screen right now. I'd rather get what little information we have. And hopefully it doesn't, branch out and start destroying data on our ship or something. The comm bead echoes with the furious clicking of Vigidus' augmented fingers. A moment later, the vid screen on your cogitator shows the recording through a wall of static. Lady Navigator Alina, so she was the other side of that we demanded the 2 family halves work together. Rogue Trader, Lady Navigator Alina, the one who staged an attempt to assassinate Cassia right in your palace, politely smiles at you from the vid screen. I have no doubt that your servants would find my trace. They are far cleverer than the ones employed by the great regent of House Orsilio. She does not bother to hide the venomous disdain in her last few words. I feel extremely awkward that our first encounter took place under such unfortunate circumstances. Truth be told, I saw a worthy person behind the lofty title only after fate put me on the death's precipice. You hesitated to end my life despite holding it in your hands. Your noble deed gave me enough food for thought. Despite everything that transpired, I still believe we may become loyal allies to one another. I presume you already know that House Orsilio will be holding a Grand Council in the depths of that accursed Atlas very soon, and we cannot ignore the call, for we are bound to it against our will. If you convince this Lady Cassia to reject the Atlas and break the centuries-old shackles binding our house, we could turn over a new page. Having said that, I will accept a different outcome. Should the child die, I am not going to shed any tears. I will accept any choice, Rogue Trader. My people have nothing else to lose. But you could benefit from our friendship. There are mysterious shadows dancing in Lady Alina's eyes. There is an emerald among the stars of Martianus. My gift to you for sparing my life. Head through the storms and torrents. Then... Kind of missed the end of that. Head through the storms and torrents. Among the stars of Martianus. We'll have to look on our map and see if we can figure out what that's referring to. The vid recording cuts short and you hear the Voxmaster's voice in your comm bead. I'm very sorry, Lord Captain. The servants of the Omnissiah could no longer restrain the machine spirit's hunger. I hope you were able to see the vid message through to the end. There's commotion, but we survived. Okay. Still nothing to talk with Cassie about. Yeah. The stars of Martianus, though. Does that tell us anything? Winterscale's a realm. Heathen stars, accursed domain. Just wondering if there's an area labeled that. Unbeholden reaches. God Emperor's Scourge. Founding Worlds. Cauldron. If so, I'm not seeing it. There might be a star itself called like Martianus or something. But nothing is standing out to me. So, who knows? Lord Captain, multiple critical systems are failing throughout the vessel. This is a safe journey that I just took. I'd like to let you know. Half the compartments are no longer responding. The ship is falling apart. We request your lordship's presence on the bridge immediately. That was a safe trip. It was green. I'm quite certain. Turmoil reigns on the bridge, with officers running about frantically, tapping the cogitator runes. Operators issuing commands into hissing boxcasters, and enforcers brandishing and checking their weapons. Only the master helmsman looks curiously unperturbed. However, even scowling face clearly cannot hold any more grim dissatisfaction. I'm glad you made it here in one piece, your lordship. The crew is running ship damage control procedures. This situation has been recorded in the ship's log as critical. Mr. Sauerbach and I are temporarily in charge of the bridge. I'm organizing the technical staff while Jocasta musters the enforcers. The Honorable Vox and Infernus masters have departed for the affected compartments to take charge of their subordinates, but remain present on the Vox line. I wish to know what disaster has befallen us. Your combead springs to life. Infernus master speaking. There have been several large explosions throughout the ship. The cascading blackout has knocked out lighting, transportation lines, air filtration, and heat control across the entire vessel. Multiple fires detected. All Infernus Guild forces have been deployed for emergency repairs. We will save the ship no matter the cost. Right now, we are blind, unpowered, defenseless, sinking spittoon drifting through the abyss. The total volume of outages was nearly enough to turn us into an adamantine casket. The crew has suffered heavy casualties due to explosive depressurization, loss of air supply to the compartments, multiple fires, and failure in the transportation systems. The numbers are getting worse by the minute. Was this an accident or sabotage? It's clearly sabotage. While we do not know this for certain, I am convinced that we have been attacked from within. We are now more vulnerable than ever. Her voice is followed by a hiss from the Voxcaster. It might have been a chain reaction caused by an accidental failure. The ship is old. That sort of thing can happen, but I commend Mr. Sauerbach's vigilance. It is appropriate at this hour. Where is my retinue? Fidge's voice breaks through the shower of static gushing from the Voxcaster. They were in their quarters or carrying out their duties when the incident occurred. Immediately after the emergency meeting, I will summon those you requested to the bridge as escorts. Where's the high factotum? At the time of the accident, Danrock was on the freight line inspecting warehouses. He has not been in contact since. We are assuming the worst. So, the mission where we fought against, what was his name, Nemesis or whatever, which was tied to the Gene Stealers, he was stabbed. I wonder if Danrock has been a Gene Stealer this whole time. He's had a parasite growing in him. Maybe he's behind this. Because we've been wondering how to progress with that quest, or at least I've been wondering. Would have been waiting for this. We must come up with a plan of action. I've already put together a priority order for the repairs of the critical systems, but many of the bays have descended into bedlam and riots, making the work difficult. People are terrified and think they're about to die. In addition, some decks have become inaccessible. The trapped crew members' time is running out. Sadly, the optimal survival strategy for the vessel does not include the survival of those poor sods. Save the vessel, the enforcers must quell the riots and ensure that the work is done. Rescue the crew members from the damaged compartments. Either we all survive or we all perish. I do hope it is obvious to everyone that my treasures, trophies, and relics are to be rescued first. Everything else comes second. I would say rescue the crew. It'll do more damage to the ship, but we've got lots of scrap to repair. We might lose some treasures, but I think overall that's fine. Rescue the crew members from the damaged compartments. Either we all survive or we all perish. I doubt we're going to all perish. It's probably just going to be more damage to the ship. A new burst of hisses emanates from the Voxcaster. Jocasta, we are running short on brave men. We would be grateful if your people would lay down their weapons and come to assist the Infernus Guild. The sooner you come, the more lives we can save. The Master at Arms glares furiously at the Voxcaster. The enforcers will do their duty. Aid will arrive shortly. Sarbak's personal Vox bursts into life. Her face contorts with rage as she listens to the report. There's been an incident on the flight deck. A mob of voidsmen and laborers, despicable cowards all, are trying to break through to the shuttles. The enforcers are holding them back for now, but the cordon is in danger of being overrun. Iconoclast, let them go. I will stay here with those who still believe in our success. Dogmatic, seal the bay doors and mine the shuttles. Let them know that I mean to leave them no choice but to carry out their duty in the Emperor's name. Tell them they have my permission. Gather them all in one compartment, then seal it and vent it into the void. I have no need for cowardly refuse. Wow. Yeah, I like dogmatic generally as the goal of the direction we're going, and just telling people, no, we need to all do our duty. I'm mining the ships. As long as you alert people that ships have been mined, it doesn't feel bad. At least not overly bad. Having anyone who can get to a shuttle just take off in the middle of a crisis is not the way to survive. She barks orders into the Vox and is answered immediately by a staccato gunfire. After a while, she nods in satisfaction. The crowd have been pacified, Lord Captain. A clear demonstration of our resolve and a few public executions have tempered their fervor. So, not just mines and letting people know. Got it. Trevor shakes his head, gazing intently at the vid screen of one of the cogitators. Pressure's dropping. The bridge ventilation system is completely busted. Lord Captain, I humbly request that you move to the officer's deck, where the emergency headquarters are to be established. The bridge is no longer safe, so I must ask you to hurry while the tech priests are still supplying the elevator with power. My assistants and I will stay here and report on system readings. We have an emergency supply of void suits, so we won't croak right away, Emperor willing. Alright, well, Jai, you can go. Do we bring Early yet? I think so. Part of me thinks we should drop Ulfar and bring in Abelard. No. Particularly if it is Gene Stealers, having a Space Marine feels like it'll be good. Oh, we're going down to the freight line. Interesting. They said officer's deck. Ah. Yes, because I'm the one who kicked down the door. The elevator shaft has expelled you into the dim and of the emergency lights. The smell of promethium and burnt flesh hits your nostrils, but there is no pain. Not a single broken bone, not even a scratch on your whole body, as if your body became as strong as your faith during the fall, and nothing could have harmed you. Even the ringing echo of the crashed lift resembles the glorious tolling of a bell. Well, that's cool. Let's inspect the elevator wreckage. It is a miracle you have survived. Guide rails lie in a twisted pile over a crown of shattered plasteel. The elevator was equipped with safety devices meant to stop the cabin inside the shaft, but at least half of them have failed. Your fall was no accident. So is Ravor in on it to send us into the elevator that had been tampered with? Don't know. Let's look around. Smoke and darkness limit your vision, but judging by the stench of rust and unwashed bodies, you are somewhere on the lower decks. You can hear the crackling of flames, groans, screams, and the rumble of failing beams coming from the distance. The disaster has not spared this compartment. Let's contact the bridge. The comm emits only unintelligible hissing. Either it was damaged in the fall, or the communication lines in this compartment have failed. Let's move forward. So we need to escape the lower decks. First, we need to level you up several times. So, hot on the trail. Bounty Hunter designates an enemy in a 10-cell radius as trailed and finishes the turn. An ally kills the trailed enemy. Bounty Hunter gains a bunch of stuff. Or raid until the Bounty Hunter's next turn. Whenever an ally attacks a target marked as prey, this attack deals plus 8% additional damage and gains half of the Bounty Hunter's current bonuses to critical hit chance and critical damage granted by Hunt Down the Prey. Alright. I'll go with raid. Ballistic skill is the one that matters the most, but we can't take it. Agility lowers their... No. Agility is our dodge chance. Perception lowers their dodge chance. So perception is more important, even though it's not getting to a nice round number. Alright. That's all of us leveled up. Oh yeah, that's the marching order we want. Irlia and Cassie up front.
Is your Drakkar truly so flimsy? That would have been a shameful day.
The sacred mechanism is not to blame for this incident. All required litanies of actuation and maintenance have been performed. Hypothesis: the cause of the failure was the excessive mass of the unit Ulfar.
No. You know the elevator can hold more weight than that. Come on. That's just insulting him for the fun of insulting him. Alright, let's put you guys up front. And then... us. There we are. A much more sensible marching order.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Also, the fact that we already determined that the brakes on the elevator had been sabotaged, to immediately say afterwards, yeah, it's because you're fat. I mean, just that he weighs a lot as a space marine, but still. Nothing to go over there for. So we've got a bunch of enforcers down here. can hear voices under the rubble. Can't go any farther that way. Let's see. Nowhere to go there. We can't go up there. So just forward here or here, looks like. And that's a dead end as well. We all climb down the ladder and he has to run around. I guess Wolfar's too big for ladders. Friends or enemies? Locomotive enveloped in steam halts at the platform with a low rumble. The hardened emergency workers of the Infernus Guild pour out of the carriages. Upon seeing you, they begin to wave cheerfully and shout. Hunting Montag's face is covered in soot. He smiles broadly, never letting go of his low stick. Lord Captain, it is good to see you back in good health, however battered. The Mox Master reported the elevator had collapsed, so I jumped on the first train and headed down here to look for you. He holds out a hand, as strong as a lifeline. Let me give you a lift to a safe place. Have you ever heard of a rogue trader flying through their own void ship in a free-falling elevator, Heinrich? I'm certain that someone tried to kill me. Hold out your hand. You could not have come at a better time. I appreciate the concern, Heinrich, but you are needed elsewhere. I will get out on my own. What a perfectly timed arrival. I am certain that someone tried to kill me. Then it's fortunate that you were traveling in the company of such a big bad Infernus repairman. How do you feel about people harming the Lord Captain in front of us, lads? Heinrich smiles brightly at the furious, almost bestial growls of his subordinates. I'm now just questioning who is actually on my side. When we fought the Gene Stealers, he was very adamantly on our side, because I know I questioned whether he was honest at the time. And it seemed like he was very clearly on our side, so I don't want to distrust him now. Have you ever heard of a rogue trader flying through their own void ship in a free-falling elevator, Heinrich? No, I think that's a first. Heinrich raises an eyebrow and says politely, Lord Captain, you sure know how to make a dramatic entrance. Maybe you really are the bringer of woes that simple folk painted you as. Are you sure you didn't curse the elevator? That old thing transported rogue traders for hundreds of years, but then you stepped inside and down it went. I doubt it's as simple as just going with him. I appreciate the concern, Heinrich, but you are needed elsewhere. I can get out on my own. Heinrich shakes his head stubbornly. Lord Captain, I will not risk abandoning you in a burning compass.
Death to non-believers!
Oh, okay. Death cultist. Okay, so Bloodspun Web thinks Heinrich is the problem. Theoretically, they could be the villain instead, but seems unlikely. A shot from a needle pistol misses Heinrich's head by a thread, cutting his low stick in two. A frail young cultist of the Bloodspun Web appears beside you. Dom Ignatius, cast off the evil hand. It holds only betrayal and wrongful death. Heinrich Montag is not human, and he seeks your demise. Is he the Gene Stealer? No. The Infernus Master pulls the last of the low stick from his mouth and asks in a low voice, Have you lost your mind, you damn fanatic? Let's take a closer look at the repairman. We don't have 100%. Only a 97%. Still a success. The Inferni looks baffled by the act, but the astonishment soon gives way to righteous indignation as huge, burn-covered fists clench into instruments of murder. But they are not the only instruments. You see hands slip under clothes and curl around weapon grips. Somewhere in the crowd, you glimpse the all-too-familiar glint of gunmetal. So he, to our appearance, looks like he has righteous indignation. But somewhere in the crowd, someone's pulling a gun. What is your accusation against him? You are being hunted, Dominic Ignatius, driven like prey towards the hunter. He is the hunter. The skinny young man, who ceased to be a boy only yesterday, carries himself with detachment and surprising dignity. The vizier said that he must die and that you must live. I understand that the situation is critical, but damn it, I am a senior officer on this ship, as much as I hate to remind you, and you are a little mutineer who almost put a hole in my head. You have any proof of treason? The vizier has divined the truth. The young man looks at Heinrich with a haughty reproach. Oh, well, since the vizier has overdosed on stimulants and discovered the truth, by all means, Lord Captain, go ahead and arrest me. Take my head. You have anything to say, Infernus Master? Do I? What? Your lordship? Do I really have to defend myself after being accused by this? I don't even know who he is. It's me. I've risked life and limb for you on this ship more times than that Chunder has heard the watch siren. These accusations are absurd. I'm leaving. Heinrich, I'm leaving with you. Heinrich, since when is it acceptable for the Inferni to carry weapons? Ah, that's what they're talking about with someone grabbing a weapon, because they aren't allowed to hold weapons. We learned that a while ago. You know, Infernus Master, perhaps you should get off the train so we can figure this out. Yeah, since when is it acceptable for the Inferni to carry weapons? Heinrich spits at his feet in frustration. You fanatics are always meddling in the wrong business. First the trick with the bloodbath, and now this. We were so close. The gun leaps into his hand and points at you. A shot rings out. The whistling hits your ears, but the bullet was evidently meant for the young spinner, now writhing on the ground. Do we ask him what's going on? Or just draw your weapon without a word? Heinrich, what is going on? I mean, might as well ask. Heinrich grips his weapon, and the chilling psychic aura around him makes your blood run cold. Heinrich takes out a new glow stick and lights it from his cutter, then blows out the smoke with a heavy sigh. Things would be a lot easier if you had just crashed in the elevator, or climbed onto the train. I wish you too could hear the sire's song in your dreams, and await the many-armed emperor. Yeah, so he's a gene stealer. But the harvest season has come, and you must be reaped. You must die so that we may live. I'm sorry, Ignatius. Farewell. Okay, well, this will make progress on that Chapter 2 quest of dealing with the gene stealers. Hello?
Die, inhuman scum!
All of you will bleed!
Who was standing there? Just wondering how we suddenly had a gene stealer amongst our midst. I assume they were a person that just transformed, maybe? Or did they drop down, knocking one of us back? I don't know. Anyway, Cassia. Oh, we've been ambushed, so we don't get to position ourselves. Well, that's exciting. Cool. Cassia's first, as always. 1,500 health. Okay. Well, if you're going to go that route... 775, 900, 900. We've got various Infernus that are against us, so they must be part of the Gene Stealer cult, even though it doesn't show anything on them. Yeah, they're listed as xenos. Yeah. Alright. Well... let's set this up as our melee area. Yeah, that's a lot of hit points. That's what I'm saying. That'll be our front line. Where can we get you two? If I put her here, she probably can get a good angle on a lot of them with her third eye. We were there. Yeah. I'm good with that. Doesn't hit any of us. So yeah, let's have you run over there. And then, of course, bring it down on Ignatius, who is here. Not used to the helmet.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
I think the helmet only gives us bonuses against demons, sadly. So this would cost 3 AP to give us a free attack. That's not feeling amazing to me. Time to rely on some party members? Yeah.
Suits my purposes.
Light ourselves on fire. I think we do need to orchestrate flames because this is going to take more turns.
Nothing I
Do
can't
a
do.
run and gun. And a molten beam on you does a reasonable amount. Or I could light you on fire because it's going to take multiple turns to take you out. So that would help. I don't know. Probably the molten beam. There's also something to be said for attacking, say, here, where I would hit 3 of the enemies, taking 2 of them out. But I don't think these guys have enough health to really matter. 84, 71. Could do a bit of damage to you, but meh.
Suits my purposes.
Molten beam on you. And then get into cover, I suppose. Each battle, the rogue trader may choose an ally for 1 round. Target's weapons, attacks ignore enemy's armor. How much armor do you have? Not actually that much, 22%. Because you're the one I need to deal with. Getting some of my allies to be able to get through that would be good, but it's not armor. So I think I will just end my turn there. Let's go. Oh, she can't use this on us. We are too far away. Well, we can do
I'm not accustomed
that.
to being ordered around.
I'd like to get that. That seems to be a no. Well, let's hit all of them.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
And use Inquisitor's Tenant.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
High momentum.
That'll allow her to use this on us to get us another turn. We don't get the willpower bonus. A plus 32. You sure you can't move anymore? No. Well, that is a shame. So we're going to be doing a lot less damage than we could have otherwise. Alright. Do I just keep focusing down the Gene Stealer? I think that is the smartest call. Yeah, I could hit him. But besides that, they're basically all out of line of sight from where I am now. Alright, let's just kill you.
Not a problem for me.
A little bit more.
Value has been lost.
Perfect. I'll give myself a free extra attack for the rest of the fight. Okay. We'll do Firestorm instead. Ooh, I can move. which doesn't really help with Cassia being able to give me bonuses. Incinerate is one I always don't think about. Target suffers double the damage of Ignite's psychic power and half the fire damage of all burning targets within line of sight. If I use that on, say, you... Because I was thinking about just using Firestorm to blast the 3 of them. But I think this is a far better choice. I could do that, or... It's kind of equivalent. But this one should also light it on fire, I think.
Suits my purposes.
Nope, did not light you on fire. Whatever. Let's kill you guys with fire.
Already done.
Didn't die. Okay. Well, that's a shame. Do I go back to half cover so I'm closer to Cassia? Probably not. Back to Cassia's turn again. I think we just use this a bit more, probably. These are just single targets, I think, right? One creature, a line. But no, in this case, I think that's the smarter call.
Fury of House Orcelio.
You're still alive. You're still alive. Choose one combat tactics area for 1 round. All attacks by allies in the area inflict the overwhelmed effect. Is that just for melee? Attacking enemies in the region? Could be. Let's give her the backline bonus so she's got more dodge.
Isn't this a job for the
Might as well. And then rear to give us a crit bonus. Maybe we go here so that Irliet can get some crit bonus. Because I think that'll help her more. And yeah, Cassie's turn ends and the fight is still ongoing. That's a rare thing.
Such is the will of chaos.
Hi. Lots of dodges on our part, but you killed your own ally. Fantastic. Okay, so we can pull Irliet back, and then she's got shots all around. Who can you mark as prey? You can see these 2. So we'll do that.
Swift and silent.
Your prey. And your prey.
I understand your intent.
Don't suppose that shoots through to him. It does not. So let's go with... What is your guys' difficulty considered? Only 3, really? With 900 health? Alright. Call perfect spot for you.
I am not your xenos pet monkey.
Then Cold Bold.
If I must.
Piercing shot gives it a guaranteed crit. Then take your shot on this one.
I understand your intent. Ancestors guide me.
Good solid hit. Alright, let's do raid so that there's bonuses whenever anyone else attacks either of these.
This tedium is beneath me.
And we'll call that good enough. It's now Ignatius' turn. Fantastic. Can I get to a point where I can see all of them? Hard to say. From there, I can't see you. I could see you guys, and I would get a Melta through the two of you, which would feel pretty good. And I can't see you. If I pulled back some, because distance doesn't really matter, say here, then I can still see you guys. I still can't see you, but I could see you. Well, I want to be on this line so that I can get a 2-for-1. I mean, theoretically, if I move far enough back, hopefully I can see you. I can't target you. You are now out of my range. I think. It's not clear, but it's not showing that I'm targeting you. Whatever. Let's just move forward a little bit. We'll get inside of this kill zone that doesn't really matter. Then I can target you, and I can target all of you.
Suits my purposes.
It's fine.
You don't stand a chance!
That's you dead. So I could go with a big hit on you, because this should be more than Molten Beam. Molten Beam reduces their armor, but that's fine, because I don't intend you to live another turn. Right, we don't get more attacks. For 2 AP, I could get another attack. So it would get me another attack this turn. Because I forgot we only get 1 attack per turn like normal.
All too easy.
So I can kill you. And I think I shall. Sadly, I can't use another one of these. So we'll call that good. Alright. Oh. Did you just one-shot Ignatius? Well, that's bad. That's decidedly not good. Just one-shot kill. I guess I shouldn't have been that close. Left the melee to the melee people. Alright, if I attacked you with melee, it does basically no damage. Or I could burst shot you, which also does no damage. Why are you so terrible? So I could do devastating attacks, I could do kick. Concentrated fire. Let's do concentrated fire and rapid fire and confident approach.
So shall it be.
Then we'll take a shot here. 60%. Is that because of how close you are? Because we're attacking in melee. If I step back, would you have a better chance? Maybe, but you'd get an attack of opportunity against you, which I wouldn't be thrilled about. Nah, just take the shots. Okay. And then kick.
So it shall be.
Kinda was hoping you'd stay prone. And you did not. We could do run and gun. To just fire one more time. Possibly just take you out of the fight. 49%, that's so terrible. Might as well go for that.
My strike is ruin.
Alright. Heinrichs. Let's do Word of the Emperor around all of us. Yeah.
For the throes.
Anything you can do to wake up Ignatius, because this fight would be a lot easier with him in the battle. So invigorate or regeneration. Not a valid target for regeneration. Not a valid target for invigorate. No, so we're just out of the fight. That is awful. All allies affected by Word of the Emperor gain the Hammer of the Emperor. Next time they deal damage, the damage is increased by 34 and the effect is removed. Seems good. Oh, I don't think I caught Irliet in the range because I forgot she was back there. That's disappointing. Yeah, really gonna need them? I mean, luckily he did a lot, so we've got these two that are nearly dead, and then one guy back here who's half dead. So it's really just seeing if we can take down this guy by the rest of the team. Let's see. Might as well have you cast your usual things of Iron Arm and Warp Speed on yourself.
Low momentum.
Oh, we were all the way down into the low momentum area. Yikes. Well, let's charge you. Parry. Well, darn. Take another swing, I suppose.
Naturally.
Parry again. No one's hurt, so we don't need to invigorate. Alright, Pascal. Do I send you here to try and take this one out? Infernus Marksman is actually next in initiative of our people. But wasting Pascal on that feels foolish. Are you burning? You are not. Alright, go behind this guy and strike him. And please don't miss. I guess, analyze enemies gives exploits, and exploits are chance to hit, right? No, it's more damage. Was it expose weakness that increases their dodge and parry? Okay, so yeah, go here. Analyze enemies on him. Then expose weaknesses on him. And then attack. 100% chance, please. There you go. And I don't know about the rest. It's fine. Back to Cassia. What can you do? If she can get to a point where she can hit both of them with Lidless Stare, that would be really good. So she can hit that one, but she's going to hit all of our allies. If you moved up to, say, here... No. How do I get you? Okay, I can hit you. Basically, it stuns, which is why I'm trying to see if I can get her to hit both of them. But no. Seems like I'd have to choose, which I'm not thrilled by. I could give a free turn to Irliet, where she could make a good shot, just for free. It's a free action without any movement, so it's best to use on ranged characters. So we'll start there. So you've got 3 actions to spend. I think we'll do Claim the Bounty here, just to finish you off. And then piercing shot or more damage. Reducing armor. And dodge. We already marked as prey, yeah? I think so. Or not. Were you one of the ones that we couldn't get to before?
If it serves your cause.
Alright, hopefully you've got the shot. You do.
If I must.
There we go. Back to Cassia's turn. Now we don't have to worry about trying to hit this one in the stun as well. So let's just step you here into cover. Then third eye you.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Perfect. Held in my gaze or immolate the soul. 25 to 54 damage. Be immobilized. Yeah.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
I'll let you light them on fire. And back to Irliet.
I am not your
Pull the bold. Piercing shot. And shoot him.
If it serves your cause.
There we go. Death Cultist is bleeding out, breathing with a barely audible wheeze. You are unharmed, Dolmen. The temple, the Vizier is waiting. He can help. Let me take you. The blade slips from his weakened fingers and falls to the ground with a clang. Examine the spinner. Heinrich was shooting to kill, and a perfectly aimed shot has torn the young man's lungs to shreds. It is a wonder he has not choked on his own blood already. I mean, spinners don't really have names. I don't think. Pick up the cultist's blade. I'm afraid you are no longer a fighter. Leave the enemies to me. What do you know about what is happening here? Is this a mutiny? Take me to the temple. We must get you to a healer before you die of blood loss. I wish to know the name of my rescuer. Spinner Georg. He beams with pride. It is not every day that such a distinguished person takes an interest in his name. I have not yet done my duty. Go to the temple. It is safe there. I'm afraid you're no longer a fighter. Leave the enemies to me. Spinner nods. I will be glad if with my weapon, the dolmen cuts the thread of the traitors. What do you know about what's happening here? Is this a mutiny? Mutiny, yes. The aberration of the ravenous star. Inhumans. Vizier will explain. Trust no one. Yeah, if even I forget his title. But if even he was part of the Gene Stealers, that's bad because he was one of my lead Infernus Master. There we go. He was one of my lead members of my crew. One of the officers. We must get you to a healer before you die of blood loss. The cultist shakes his head. No need to waste time. You must hurry to the temple, and then he will decide. Let's attempt a Medicaid test. I cannot leave you in this state, even if we can't get to the temple. Just try and heal him up quickly. Success. You render first aid as competently as an experienced chirurgeon. The spinner will survive for a while longer, but he still needs proper treatment to stop him from dying of blood loss. Alright, take me to the temple. We didn't get to loot anything there, which probably is disappointing, but oh well. Probably wasn't anything crazy.